Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream, daily transfer update and Chelsea news. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Plenty to dive into as always. We've got a bit more news on the goalkeeper situation. We've got an update on Philip Jorgensen from Villarreal. We've got an update on Mamardashvili from Valencia. Latest news on Broja, who is attracting interest from Monaco and would be reportedly open to a move to Saudi Arabia with Al-Shabaab interested. So we're going to dive into him, how much money Chelsea are expecting for his services. Potential links with Trevoh Chalobah to Man United, which doesn't sit well with me whatsoever and shouldn't sit well with any Chelsea fans. Reportedly, Benjamin Sesko prefers a move to Arsenal over anywhere else. We're going to dive into that and strikers. Chelsea have been monitoring Nottingham Forest's Brazilian centre-back Murillo, 21 years old. Of course he is. And we've got the latest on Romelu Lukaku as well, with nothing is happening in regards to a Lukaku-Osimhen swap deal. So we're also going to dive into that as well. So big up to everyone that's locked in. As I said, run the likes up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Racing towards 10K. Remember, guys, as I said yesterday, make sure you are subscribing to the channel, because at 10K, guys, there will be a shirt giveaway for a shirt of your choice for the upcoming season, obviously when they're released. So, guys, make sure you're subscribing. Hit the subscribe button, smash the likes. Let's say hello to a few people, and then we will dive into proceedings. Victor Gyökeres is expected to be out for a month. Yeah, no, that's fine. Minor preventative surgery on his knee, not a big thing. Arsenal favourites to sign Sesko. Yeah, we're going to dive into that. Yeah, Murillo is a 21-year-old Forest centre-back, Brazilian, had a very good season. Chelsea have been tracking him throughout the season, apparently, according to The Athletic. So that's definitely one to watch. We should be all over those two. Murillo's the next Silva, and that's pretty high praise. But yeah, he's done well. Mamardashvili again is 6'6", tall keeper. I presume he's good with his feet, because that's what Enzo Maresca wants, and I suspect any goalkeepers that we're linked with are going to be good ball-playing goalkeepers. It's as simple as that. Yes, big up to Sonia Bombastor for new Chelsea women's manager through the door. Can't make any promises, brother. Can't make any promises, but who knows? You could well keep hold of him. No, I wouldn't be gutted with it. Yeah, it's underwhelming and it's of course disappointing, but he's here now. So we need to get behind him, and we need to support him. It's kind of as simple as that. It's not his fault he was chosen. It's not his fault he's taken it. In his position, you'd absolutely take him. Murillo is top class. Arsenal, Barca, and Madrid are after him. I don't know what clubs are after him, but yeah, he's certainly well thought of, well regarded, and with the greatest respect to Nottingham Forest, he probably is too good for them. And he will be one that if he doesn't move this summer, he will be on his way certainly summer after. Give a shout out to the Chelsea fans. Yes, big up to all the Chelsea fans out in Scandinavia, whereas Norway, Sweden, Finland, Denmark, that's Scandinavia, and just them four. Big up to all the Chelsea fans in Scandinavia anyway. Look, I think people need to be not write players off before they've really watched much of them or seen much of them. I haven't watched Murillo play an awful lot, if I'm being brutally honest. Obviously when Chelsea have played Forest, I've watched him play. And when I've seen him occasionally. Well thought of, decent player, bags of potential. Would fit what Chelsea are looking to do. I mean, obviously Maresca likes defenders with pace, because he plays a high line, defensive and up on the halfway line. Got to be obviously good footballer, but above all needs that recovery pace. So I don't know if any Jack, if you know, is Murillo pacey? Can he play as part of a high line potentially if he were to if that were to happen? Marinakis, Forest owner, values Murillo at around 70 million. Look, again, I don't know what money we've got to spend this summer. There's absolutely money to spend. There will be some money to spend, but I don't know how much. I don't know what the budget is going to be for each position. How much we're going to be prepared to spend on these players. But I would be surprised. I mean, again, I could be wrong. I'd be surprised if Chelsea were to spend £70 million on a striker. Yeah, I'd be surprised. Sorry, on a centre back. Yes, big up. Yes, the people know what to do. We don't need Murillo. No, I would agree with that, but unfortunately, Chalobah I think is going to be sold this summer. He absolutely shouldn't be, and if he stays, then I don't think we'll be signing a centre back. But all the reports, and everything that's being said are pointing in the direction that Chalobah will be leaving the football club. But you just don't know. If he doesn't leave, then we don't need a centre back at all. But then, I wonder if there's going to be any surprise departures in the centre back area. I mean, I don't think Colwell, Fafana, or Badia Shield, but we saw with Koulibaly that they were prepared to move him on after a season. I'm not hearing anything, to say that Disasi would be moved on after a season, but never say never, and never say never. But let's dive into stuff, guys. Let's get cracking with the goalkeeper stuff first, because I think that's carrying on from what we were discussing yesterday. Let's bring this up, detailed as always from Ben Jacobs. Understand Chelsea are exploring a new goalkeeper for the summer. It's become more of a priority because of the kind of profile Enzo Maresca's system requires. Villarreal Phillips Jorgensen is one target, but also keep an eye on Newcastle. They have held some talks with his agent. Georgi Mamardashvili, another keeper Chelsea appreciate. They have looked at in the past. At 22 and 23 respectively, the arrival of either could raise pathway questions from Chelsea's other young keepers. And that's understood in Marbella. In the Marbella talks, Maresca praised Petrovic. Maresca was effective at Leicester, developing players into his system and quite often put them out of their comfort zone, including Mads Hermansen. It was a tactical culture shock for some Leicester players in pre-season when Maresca arrived, but most benefited from it. Maresca, again, I've spoken to a few Leicester fans, and it was one of them where they had three goalkeepers. They had they had Iverson and some others or whatever. Daniel Iverson, he finished the season in the Prem. As soon as Maresca come in, there was already three goalkeepers at the club. He wanted a new goalkeeper straight away. What surprises me here is that Chelsea are prepared to explore goalkeepers to suit Maresca's requirements for his system, but we've already signed two goalkeepers last summer in Sanchez and Petrovic. So what we're saying here is that which would be a change of events for this ownership. What we're saying is that after 1 year and paying 25 million quid for Sanchez and offering him a 7-year deal, is he going to be sold? Bettinelli's the third choice. We've got Petrovic as number one. Sanchez, we don't know what he's going to be. So are we prepared to accept that we've made a big mistake with Sanchez and we're going to have to take a financial hit on him? We're going to get nowhere near £25 million for him, or 20 million, whatever we spent on him. So yeah, that maybe we're accepting that we've made a mistake. And I think we did make a mistake with Sanchez. At the time, it didn't make any sense. It was a recommendation from the goalkeeper coach who had worked with him at Brighton. Incidentally, Ben Roberts is actually going to stay on as part of the staff under Maresca. But in terms of Philip Jorgensen and Mamardashvili, I know a bit more about Mamardashvili than I do about Jorgensen. I know Villarreal conceded well over 60 goals last season. Again, that's not going to be entirely on the goalkeeper. I think we've got to be fair there. I don't think that's going to be entirely on the keeper. But yeah, to me, it looks like that Robert, unfortunately, is going to be on his way out, Robert Sanchez, if a new goalkeeper comes in. But I do find it strange that suddenly the club might seemingly be prepared to bow to the demands of a manager, considering we've just signed two goalkeepers and Chelsea are very much like, here, these are the players, you need to make it work. So I'm a bit confused. If in all honesty, I don't think we need another goalkeeper. But if Maresca says that, if Maresca feels he needs another keeper to implement his system, then and they're going to be better with the ball at their feet than what we've got, then you've got to back your manager, and ultimately you've got to provide them with the tools that are going to be best for them to do the best job they possibly can. So I just wouldn't have had a goalkeeper down as a priority. But I mean, given how important the goalkeeper is in the Maresca system, but again, I'll always come back to this point, guys, with a goalkeeper. What is the most important? What is the most important aspect? What would you want more than anything from your goalkeeper? To be able to stop the ball going in the back of the fucking net. So I'd much rather have a goalkeeper that is a decent shot stopper, much better at keeping the ball out of the net. And if that means he's not as good with his feet, then so be it. Like I think the one irritant for me in terms of the way that the modern game's going is this obsession that a goalkeeper's basically got to be like an outfield player with the ball at his feet. Why? You know, if a goalkeeper can't do simple 5-10 yard passes in a build-up to play out from the back, then they shouldn't be a professional footballer. What's wrong with a goalkeeper being judged on his primary job to keep the ball out of the net? Why are goalkeepers being judged on not how good they are at preventing goals, but rather on how good they are at keeping, or how good they are with the ball at their feet and how good they are at passing and whatnot? It doesn't make an awful lot of sense, that to me. Doesn't make an awful lot of sense. What also doesn't make an awful lot of sense, people, is 108 in the building, fantastic. Only 37 likes. Smash that thumbs up button, guys. Get those likes up. We need to be hitting well over 100 likes like we normally do here. And keep subscribing if you're new around here as well, guys. Remember, the quicker we get to 10K, the quicker one of you lucky people has got a chance to get their hands on a Chelsea shirt. Let me get back to this. Murillo has potential to be world-class. He's played 21 professional games before he came to Forest. Great with the ball. He sounds pretty good. He would be playing Plymouth next season. We need a centre-back because Disasi... I didn't think Badiashile... I think Badiashile is a lot better than people give him credit for. I like Badiashile. Disasi... Actually, I think Disasi's been okay this season. Is he a starting centre-back for Chelsea? No, I don't think he is. But in terms of a squad option, I don't think it's a major issue. Chevela, who does he play for? My goalkeeper knowledge is not the best. Costa or Mamardashvili, no one else to consider. I mean, yeah, Kepa is absolutely going. And Sanchez will have to go. If a new goalkeeper's coming in, then there's no other option other than Sanchez that will be making way. Bettinelli, I think, is signed up. He's a third choice keeper, so it doesn't matter. Sanchez is not going to be a third choice keeper, and neither is Petrovic. Not going to be these guys are not going to be third choice keepers. So yeah, there's going to be some shifting around there. What we've got here, it's clear we don't have a good goalkeeper. Man's getting beaten at near post, and with Sanchez, we are heart attack FC. Petrovic is, I think Petrovic has done pretty well considering he was playing MLS the season before last. A couple of times he's bitten at the near post. Happens to all keepers. I think he's done a solid job. Whether he's good enough with the ball at his feet to Maresca's liking, we'll wait and see. But there's no coincidence in my view that as soon as we've got Maresca, we're suddenly strongly linked to bringing a goalkeeper in. I don't think there's any surprise to me in that one. That as soon as that happens, we're suddenly linked with a goalkeeper. There's no irony there. It's not a coincidence at all. It's clear that Maresca must have mentioned in conversations with Chelsea before agreeing to take the job that he's probably going to require a better goalkeeper for him to get the best out of his system. Yes. Big up. Trevoh to United would be a sickener. We should ask 50 million. We're going to get into the Chalobah stuff. Yes, all good, mate. All good. Where are we? If Chalobah goes, I'll slap the balls. I don't get the Sanchez take. Wouldn't be the reason we don't get fourth, in my opinion. Look, ultimately, he's not that great. I know he was decent at Brighton under Potter, but even he had some good games. He had some good games for us, for sure. Just a liability, basically. Poor with the ball at his feet. I just look at him as a liability. I've got to be honest. I just think he's a liability. And look, ultimately, could you get top four with Robert Sanchez as your goalkeeper? yeah, you probably could. To be fair, you probably could. But it obviously, yeah, it remains to be seen whether long term he's going to be at Chelsea. But he would be the obvious candidate to be moved on if Chelsea are going to bring another keeper in. For me, age isn't a problem at goalkeeper. Like Donnarumma, Courtois, all were young when they broke through, but my issue is stockpiling them. Yeah, I agree. You know, we've already got the likes of Slonina, who is going to be like a long-term prospect. Petrovic at 24 is quite young. Sanchez, I think, is 25, 26. One of these guys, if it's Jorgensen or Mamardashvili, at 22 and 23. Look, if you're good, if you're good enough, you're old enough. That's how it should. That's how it should always be. Yeah, no, good keepers will win you a league, but we need to walk before we can run. We're not ready to win leagues yet. But if Maresca feels that for his system to work best, he needs a better goalkeeper with the ball, a keeper who's better with the ball at his feet than what we've currently got, then this is the guy that you believe in and you're giving him a 5-year contract and, you know, all the visions aligned, like you're saying, then you need to give him the best tools for him to carry out the job to the best of his ability. And if a better goalkeeper is going to make Chelsea better under Maresca, then that's what we need. That's what the club need to do. But let's wait and see. Sanchez versus Arsenal is exactly why he's not good enough. Yeah, no, I hear you on that. I'm not saying he's great. He needs to improve on him, but Phil he has blamed for a couple of mistakes. And I've seen Edison, Alisson, Raya. Yeah, but the difference with those guys is that they've backed it up and they've got large body of evidence and body of work to know that they're top quality operators. Raya won the Golden Glove this season. We know how good Ellison and Alisson are. Like Sanchez is not on that level at all. You know, if he was performing to a top level and you make the odd mistake here or there, you can understand that. But he's not been performing to a top level. That's the reality of the situation. He's not been performing to a top level. Look, I don't hate Robert Sanchez. I just don't think he's good enough for Chelsea, and it was a real strange signing. No, I agree on that as well. Absolutely don't panic by a goalkeeper for sure. Well, I mean, relatively so, but I'm not sure if it's enough to what we want. To be honest, I think Maresca will want more. Will want more from the goalkeepers, and as I said, there's no surprise at all for me that as soon as we've reached a deal with him to become the new manager, that the goalkeeper links are suddenly coming out strong. I mean, look, the goalkeepers that were being linked with, as I said, my goalkeeping knowledge is not vast, but these guys that were being linked with, they surely must be good with the ball at their feet. They have to be, because otherwise, why are we being linked with them? Because that's what Maresca wants from a goalkeeper. So I would imagine that these guys are the profile of keeper and the type of keeper that Maresca wants to implement in his system. So again, Diogo Costa is going to be so much money. He's going to be very, very costly. Yeah, quite possibly, because there were strong links to Mike Mignan last summer. There were strong links to Nana before he went to Man United. And yeah, maybe we did slightly panic. You know, I think maybe there's an acceptance that perhaps, do you know what? Yeah, we slightly panicked on Sanchez. And, you know, it was a recommendation from the goalkeeper coach that had worked at Brighton. And it didn't really make much sense, did it? If we're looking back now. Look, I'm not writing Sanchez off. Can Sanchez have a good career at Chelsea? Yeah, potentially. But is he going to get the chance to do that? Maybe not. Chelsea are not going to spend £70 million on a goalkeeper. I'd be absolutely stunned if we spent £70 million on a goalkeeper. It's just not going to happen. Petrovic for me, yeah. Costa is becoming number one in the world soon. Portugal number one. Well, I mean, to be fair, Petrovic is only 14 million. That's a good signing, opportunistic bargain. Kepa was around 70 million, and I don't know why we spent that money on him. That's also a fair point. Yeah, I would share that point of view that a goalkeeper is not a priority, but at the same time, for the new manager, if he feels that he needs this to implement his system better and to get the best out of the group of players, then, ultimately at some point you've got to back your manager and believe in your manager. And if they say that they need a better goalkeeper with the ball at his feet, then maybe we need to go and get one. No, brother, that absolutely isn't happening. That absolutely is not happening. Kepa will not be playing for Chelsea again. Simple as that. Yeah, Bolka's the Nice keeper, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he was at the Chelsea Academy or he spent some time at Cobham in the past. My thoughts, nonsense. That same thing comes round every year. It gets reported. It was reported they were doing it last summer. They do it. They're going to do it again this summer. There's nothing to it for me. We're talking about keepers and we don't even know how Maresca is going to play. No, we do know how Maresca is going to play because, if you look at how Leicester played, the goalkeeper was massively important and he's not going to change the way that he plays at Chelsea. So, yeah, the goalkeeper is going to be important. And we've got an idea of how he's going to set up. Of course, until you see it, you don't know. No one's saying the keeper's a priority, but it looks like now a keeper has suddenly become more important following this managerial appointment. In terms of price-wise for these kind of players, I'm not sure. Jorgensen believed around the 25-30 million pound mark for Jorgensen. Reported Chelsea target Philip Jorgensen as a release clause. I mean, let me bring this up now. Again, I don't know enough about Jorgensen. I need to find some La Liga experts to do a video with about the likes of Jorgensen and Mamardashvili. We're not going to spend 100 million on a keeper. I don't know why people are suggesting that. But reported Chelsea target Philip Jorgensen has a release clause of 34 million. And my understanding is that if an offer of 25.5 million, so between 25 and 30 million comes in for Jorgensen, there's a decent chance that he leaves the club. I don't know enough about this guy, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, it's clear that we're younger goalkeepers are being targeted. We were talking about directors who paid 25 mil for Sanchez and gave him a lifetime contract. Logic is not something you can appeal. No, I absolutely agree. Logic goes out the window. That's the issue with the new manager. Everyone knows how he plays and will get... No, I don't think so. Everyone knows how Pep Guardiola plays. It doesn't get sussed out. People know what a Mikel Arteta team does. It's all very well knowing, but stopping is a different thing. Everyone knows what Callum Hudson-Odoi is going to do. He's going to chop in and onto his left foot and bend it into the far corner. Defenders know that's coming. Every single person knew what Arjen Robben was going to do. Cut inside. They knew it was coming. They couldn't do anything to stop it. I think, Maresca's style of football will suit us. I think it will be decent. By the way, guys, almost 200 in the building. Big up to every single one of you. Only 63 likes, though, people. What are we playing at here? If you've not liked the stream, what are you doing? Smash that thumbs up button, guys. Get this up and beyond 100 likes. Light work, people. Light work. Light work, guys. Up on the likes and up on the subscribers as well. For those of you that missed it yesterday, when I hit 10,000 subscribers, which will be in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, we will be doing a giveaway. I will be doing a giveaway for one lucky subscriber to win a shirt of their choice for next season Chelsea shirts. So make sure you're subscribing, guys. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Subscribe. Help me get to 10K. And at the 10K milestone, people, there will be a chance of one of you lovely subscribers to win a Chelsea shirt of your choice for the upcoming season when they are announced. Yes. No, I appreciate it. Exactly. It's the question if they have the right reaction to stop it. Just because they know one's game plan, it's the fact, can they be focused for the full 90? This is it. Can you be focused for the full 90 minutes? That's the big thing. If Maresca can warm to fans in conferences post-match, I actually think this will work. Don't know loads about his personality. Yeah, I've got a video coming out tomorrow, guys, or maybe Saturday. I'll decide when I'm going to put it out with a Leicester City journalist talking about Maresca's personality, his character, his relationship with the fans and whatnot, what he's like in the media and all that sort of thing. So yeah, you'll find out in that video. Over half our squad is not. I don't think half our squad's not good enough. I've ummed and ahed with this a lot, and I honestly believe that honestly believe that a lot of the recruitment has been good. Some of it's not going to be good. They deserve credit for the good things they've done. The likes of Jackson, Palmer, Gusto, Petrovic, these guys. They do deserve credit for that. Pickford's always one that gets linked with Chelsea. I don't know how. I don't really see it personally myself. But yeah, this Jorgensen, I don't know much about him. If we cause teams to change the way they play to counter us, we'll have the upper hand. Yep. Yeah, no, appreciate it. Now, Connor's great, always great tactical breakdown there. So, yeah, guys, if you've not checked that video out, when this stream's wrapped up, make sure you head out and check out the in-depth Enzo Maresca tactical breakdown with Connor, because there's some interesting things in there, and you get an idea of how Chelsea might potentially set up and what it means for certain players. Joe Shields does do a lot. He does do a lot, Joe Shields, in terms of the recruitment. He absolutely does a lot in terms of recruitment, guys. There's no denying that. But yeah, the goalkeeper situation is 100% something to watch. So let's keep an eye on that, and let's see what happens there. But it's clear it's something now that's more of a priority for the club than it was before Maresca's appointment. So yeah, guys, definitely one to watch in terms of that. Right. What we're going to move into now is the latest on the future of Amanda Broja. Yeah, almost a little bit of a forgotten man. Where are we? Right, here we go. So Amanda Broja is expected to leave Chelsea this summer, as we knew. He won't be returning to Fulham. Wolves, Palace and Everton are the three Premier League clubs interested. Monaco and AC Milan both tracking Broja as well. Broja is also open to a Saudi move. Al Shabab have looked at him in the past. 25 million is the ballpark clubs are considering, despite Chelsea valuing him at double that prior to his Fulham loan. Yeah, I mean, look, ultimately with Amanda Broja, wasn't good enough for Chelsea, had opportunities, didn't take them, didn't do the business, went on loan to Fulham, barely featured. We got an easy 4 million quid. He was useless there. And yeah, it just goes to show like how stupid we are sometimes as a football club. We could have sold this guy for £25 million in January. And yet, we thought we'd send him on loan to Fulham because we thought it would increase his value, because we thought he'd do well. And then all of a sudden he did shit. And it's suddenly like, oh, we've got our tail back between our legs. And if we get £25 million for him, then we've done really well. When we could have just got that for him in January in the first place. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, if we were to get 25-30 million pounds from Amanda Broja, that's madness. That is madness. If we can get that, it would be amazing. It really would be. Are Wolves, Palace, and Everton in a financial position to be spending that chunk of money on those on a Broja? I don't know. We absolutely know that. Maybe our friends out in Saudi, brothers, come on in. We have good player for you and good price. Al Shabab, I don't think we'll have any problems coughing up 25 mil for Broja. It's a little bit disappointing. And look, a little bit disappointing that. And look, I'm not one to criticize a player's career decisions, but it would be disappointing for me. Ultimately, as long as you're honest about the reasons why you're going somewhere, then I've got no problem. I've got no problem with players going to Saudi at all. But I just think it would be a shame for someone of Broja's age, with the options that he seemingly got, to go to Saudi. And we know exactly why he'd go Saudi, to secure the bag, and that's that. But if Al Shabab cough up 25 mil, then then that's definitely a bid accepted, and that's exactly what we should be doing. We should absolutely be looking to move him on. No two ways about it. What do I think went wrong with him? Obviously the ACL injury absolutely didn't help. But ultimately, I don't think anything necessarily went wrong. I just don't think he's good enough for Chelsea and for the top level. He needs to go somewhere else. He needs to go and play regularly. But there's ability there, but we just didn't see enough of it, to be perfectly honest. We just didn't see enough of it. Easy windows: Sterling, Sanchez, Chilwell, Broja, and Martin out. Yeah, I mean, that's easier said than done. Chilwell, I don't think it's going anywhere. Broja and Martin, fine. Sanchez is a possibility. Sterling, unfortunately, as much as the club would like to get rid of him, I think a lot of fans would love him to go. The reality of the situation is with Sterling is he's just on way too much money. So unless he's prepared to take a fat pay cut, then yeah, he's not going anywhere. Not going anywhere at all. Guys, 221 in the building. Big love to everyone. People, 9,650 subs. This could be a ridiculous ask, but if we don't ask, we don't get. 50 subs away from 9.7k. Let's make big inroads into that, guys. Let's make big inroads into that. Keep subscribing to the channel, guys. We're on 9,650. Let's push to 9.7k if we can. 227 in the building. It's on. It's on, guys. Smash the likes. Subscribe to the channel. Remember, guys, there's a prize draw at 10k as well for a shirt. So do your thing. Do your thing, people. There must be 50 people in there that aren't subscribed out of the 225 or best part of. So hit the subscribe button, join the community, and help me reach the 10k, guys. Perhaps Palace has money after we get Elise. Yeah, maybe. Let's get a striker. Yeah, we are going to go for a striker. What do you reckon? Broja as a Watkins backup at Villa. They got John Duran right now, so I don't think they need anyone else, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't say it was a dead striker. He's just not good enough for Chelsea level. Don't want directors to. We have two good ones. They can help in building the Saudi. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Again, he's not like the ball's in his court at the end of the day. He's under contract for a further year, so there's no reason why he needs to leave. He doesn't need to leave. Yep, they'll be all out the door. So yeah, I think in regards to Broja, yeah, Chelsea will end up going somewhere. Where that somewhere is going to be, I don't know. I'm unsure. But let's see, guys. Let's wait and see on this one. Yeah, let's get the band back together. Hilario, Rob Green, Bettinelli. Yeah, all these, man. People take it personally when you say a common player isn't good enough for Chelsea. Yeah, and this is the reality, guys. Like, you know, just because you're not good enough to make it at Chelsea doesn't mean you're not going to go and have a very good career. That's the reality. Broja will go and have a successful career somewhere else. It's just not going to be at Chelsea because he just obviously right now isn't good enough, and that's just the simple reality. No, I wouldn't have him. I've not seen those rumours, but you know, Koundé was very close to joining under Thomas Tuchel, and that didn't happen when he was at Sevilla. So yeah, no, I wouldn't look much into those Koundé rumours at all. Yep, Chalobah is a superb defender. Broja 25, Chalobah 25-2 makes no sense. Yeah, I fully agree. Well, yeah, they certainly shouldn't be having a job. They shouldn't be in a job. Yeah, look, Euros for sure. Yeah, Euros definitely. That I'll look to do some stuff. Champions League final, I'm working on Saturday night, so I won't be able to, unfortunately. But yeah, no, definitely, yeah, for sure. You know, for the Euros, yeah, for big England games and stuff, absolutely. We have solved the striker problem this summer for the preseason. Have we solved it? I don't think we have. No, it's not the directors. Maresca's earmarked for academy players to come on the preseason tour. So, yeah, you know, let's wait and see. It's not unnormal for academy players to go on the tour. It's really not. For me, Broja didn't get the service when he was playing, but he didn't create anything for himself either. I think that's probably fair enough. But yeah, that's the latest on Amanda Broja. Chelsea looking for around £25 million. Interest from Saudi. Wolves, Crystal Palace and Everton are interested from the Premier League. Interest from Monaco. That could be a good move. Milan as well. Giroud's gone. Would Serie A suit him? I don't really know. But yeah, if Chelsea get 25 million, even if it's 25 million all in, take it. Just take it, because at the end of the day, you know, his form has been poor. He's been poor this season, and there's no way he's going to be. Yeah, there's just no way that Chelsea are going to get anything more than that. They're simply not. They're simply not. But yeah, that's the latest on Amanda Broja in terms of there's interest from multiple clubs. 3 Premier League clubs are interested. £25 million is where we're looking at. And yeah, if we can get £25 million, I think that's an absolutely brilliant deal. And ultimately, one thing what we can say is that it's Chelsea, whatever you think of this ownership, are very good at selling players. Very, very good. It's as simple as that. That is exactly what we do. Very, very good at that. So yeah, let's see what we can get for him. Let's see what we can get for a Broja. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. That is exactly the kind of money that I'd be looking for. So yeah, let's have a look at this then. Let's get rid of this news. What I want to move on to now, guys, is this news surrounding Trevoh Chalobah, which is mightily disappointing, and we can tie it in with the Murillo stuff. So let's have a quick chat on centre backs, people. Let's have a look here. So, according to Miguel Delaney in the Independent, I believe, this is it here. Let me just have a quick read if there's any extra details there. Man United are considering a move for Trevoh Chalobah. It's poor. Man United weighing up a bid for Chelsea defender Trevoh Chalobah to solve their defensive crisis. Yep. Oh, can I not? I'll try that later. Yeah, fuck off. United are weighing up a bid. Chelsea are willing to do business on at least one of Chalobah or Gallagher in order to meet profit and sustainability rules. They would want a transfer fee of around 25 million. I'm going to say my thoughts on that shortly. United are weighing up a bid, although any move would come amid a planned overhaul of the entire recruitment approach in the summer. Yeah, we know that. United now want to follow the approach of high-performing clubs and mostly sign players who are under the age of 25. Right. Chalobah would fit that mold. Yeah, he would. So basically, United are potentially interested in Chalobah. What I would say, what's sickening here in regards to the Chalobah stuff, people, is that how they chronically undervalue players at Chelsea. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Nah, for me, absolutely no. I just don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Like, why is there such a undervaluing of our players? You know, why do they do that? You know, the strategy is so weird. The strategy has always been is clearly sell low, buy high. Chalobah for 25 mil is a criminal undervaluing, absolutely criminal, and it's the complete opposite of what any remotely sustainable club even does. You know, if you're going to sell some of your best players, you make sure you get good value for them. What the fuck are we doing here? £25 million for Chalobah. 4 years left on the deal, by the way. 24 years of age, can play centre-back, can play right-back, can play holding midfield if needed. 4 years left on this deal, playing to a top level. And that, if he's playing for a Monaco, if he's playing for a Dortmund, if he's playing for a club like that, and he was doing what he's been doing for Chelsea this season performance-wise, not only is he valued at around 50, 60, 70 million pounds, you can also guarantee that he'd be a defender that Chelsea are absolutely looking at. So it makes really little to no sense at all, in my opinion. It makes little to no sense at all. I just don't understand it. Like, when you look at that and they value him at 25 million, And yet the ownership has spent has spent 20 million pounds or more on the likes of Sanchez, Disasi, Cassidy, Ugachukwu, Datro Fofana. Like, I don't get it. And then and a bunch of Brazilians that are probably never going to play for this football club. And, you know, for example, David Washington was about 20 million quid. And you're telling me that you value Trevoh Chalobah at £5 million more than David Washington, who's probably won't even make 10 appearances for the football club. It's incredible. I personally, I'm personally at a loss. I personally don't get it. But I just don't understand. Like, it's almost like we're creating problems for ourselves that don't need to be that don't need to be created. I mean, like, we can save ourselves a load of time in the market in regards to and as I said, you know, selling Chalobah is one thing, but then selling Chalobah for 25 million, as I said, when he's under contract until 2028, that's horror. That is absolutely horrific to be doing something like that. It's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. Exactly. Do you know that we signed Garnacho for 400k when he was 15? Yeah, look, sometimes it works. Some of them work out, but not every single one. Maybe 1 in 10 will work out, or 2 in 10, or whatever it is. But if the Man United interest is genuine, Chalobah to Man United should be a £50 million transfer minimum, if not more. Trev or Gallagher, pick one to stay. I'd probably say Trev, because we've got more options in midfield. I would agree. I want both to stay, but if I could only pick one to stay, I probably would pick Trev. That would be my thoughts there on that. But why do we chronically undervalue Cobham players? Why? You know, you simply, like, no one's saying that he should be a first choice starter all the time, but you simply cannot ask for a better squad player. And whenever he's called upon to perform, he performs. I just don't get it. I really don't. And the message is very simple. Do not sell Trevoh Chalobah. Simple as that. And particularly, do not sell him for £25 million. It's an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. And I'm sick of it. Absolutely sick of some of the decisions that are potentially being made at this football club, because hardly any of them make any sense. He's a very good centre back. You know, he's done well on a couple of occasions at right back. I'm staggered. I'm absolutely staggered. It's this idea that, you know, like, we don't value our own. You can, if Chalobah was French or whatever, then you can guarantee that Chelsea would be asking for 50 or 60 million pounds. You know, I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's an absolute joke. It really is. Don't know much about Mamardashvili. How good is he? By all accounts, he's pretty good. I'll be totally honest. I don't know an awful lot about him either. But, you know, he's well regarded. He's well rated in Spain. So yeah, look, I think there's certainly, to a degree, with certain players, absolutely. But there is no way that anyone can tell me that Trevoh Chalobah, with his form, with his age, with 4 years left on the contract, there is no way that anyone can tell me that £25 million is anything other than a chronic and a criminal undervaluation. It's as simple as that. Yeah, it's important that if the likes of Chalobah or the likes of Gallagher do end up leaving the club this summer, it's really important that people don't believe what they read in terms of, oh, you know, we offered them stuff, but their demands were too unrealistic, and so they had to go. Let's have it right, people. The only reason that either of these players will leave is because they're being forced out of the club. By the way, big up for the super chat donation, brother. Greatly appreciated. But that is the only reason why, is because they're going to be forced out of the football club. So don't allow anything you read or any briefings that come out that say, oh, you know, these guys had unrealistic demands. They made it difficult for us, because it's simply It simply is not true. It is not true. But yeah, let me have a look at what you lot are saying in the chat. I have a feeling when Enzo personally meets Chalobah, he might end up staying. Let's hope so, mate. But again, Pochettino, one of the contributing factors to his departure was the fact that he wanted to keep Gallagher and Chalobah, and the club wanted to sell him. So how is anything going to be any different with Maresca coming in? Unless they think, do you know what? And this is, I can't see this happening, but unless they think, do you know what? This is the guy that we want. This is our long-term vision for this manager. We believe he's going to be the guy that we grow with. Then maybe they'll have a change of heart on the Chalobah thing. I don't really know. It's not about dying on that hill. It's more about sticking to your principles and what you believe in. And the fact that he's not prepared to back down or compromise on what he wants, and he stays true to his word, that earns a lot of respect in my book. And that's why also I think largely his reputation hasn't really taken a dent from his time at Chelsea because he stayed true to his word and all that. And all that sort of kind of situation, people. Yeah, fine, but it's not 25 million is criminal. When you see the prices that players are going for, players that are nowhere near as good as Chalobah, it's a criminal thing. We should be keeping him. We should be. The club constantly look for players like this on the market, but we have him for free. Yeah, this is exactly my point. This is the kind of player we're looking for, and yet we'd rather go and spend 40, 50, 60 million pounds on an unknown centre back when it would cost us nothing to keep someone that is already on our books. Yeah, mad, absolutely mad. I just don't understand it. No, I don't see that happening, but I can understand why people are concerned, why people would be worried. I can definitely see that. But it is what it is at the end of the day. The club need to sell players, and unfortunately, because of their reckless spending and the fact that we've missed out on Europe and things like that, money needs to be raised. And I think the rules need to be changed in regard to this, because it can't be fair that clubs just get out of jail for making mistakes in the transfer market and overspending or whatever. And the get out of jail free card is, we'll just sell off the academy players and everything's fine. Not only is that a cop out, it's also, what sort of message does that send to the academy players? It sends a really poor message, a really, really poor message. So again, brother, Martin's not staying. Absolutely no chance, unfortunately. And that's a shame. And that's a shame as well. Yeah, but that's still being ratified by the Premier League. That's not got the official confirmation, the official go through. One, it's not 60 million, and two, that doesn't go on this current set of books. That'll go on the books. That'll go on the accounts for the next 3-year period. So that Esteval signing, that money that's being spent is not going on the current accounts. They'll balance the sales across. One player may sell less, and the others may sell more. Broja may end up at Monaco for 30. Well, we're not going to get 35, but it might 25, or he could go to Saudi for 30 or something. Yeah, I get that. No, as I said, it's because that's not going on this route and on this lot of books that are about to be looked at. Again, I think Thiago Motta is going to take Calafiori with him from Bologna to Juventus. I'm pretty sure that's the case there. But yeah, Chalobah shouldn't be going anywhere. It's absolutely criminal to even think about selling him. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, isn't it? There's nothing we can do about it as fans. The club will make the decision they make. But ultimately, the ball's in Chalobah's court. He doesn't want to leave. He believes in himself. He backs himself. And I've got no reason to think why he can't feature under Enzo Maresca. So of the two, I think it's more likely that Gallagher leaves. But yeah, let's see. Chalobah's got under contract until 2028. He's in no rush to go anywhere. So And ultimately, it is the player's choice. Bids can come in, bids can be accepted. Chelsea accepted a £25 million bid from Nottingham Forest for Chalobah last summer, and he turned it down. Chelsea agreed a fee with Burnley for Ian Martson last summer, £31.5 million. Martson turned it down. So just because, guys, even if bids come in and even if Chelsea accept a bid, the ball is always in the player's court here. Always in the player's court. So even if a bid's accepted and a deal's agreed between clubs, ultimately the player needs to agree. The player needs to agree to the move and needs to want the move. And I don't think they're going to get that. I don't think they're going to get that feeling with Chalobah. So yeah, ultimately, fee being agreed between clubs is kind of totally irrelevant, really, totally irrelevant in my book. Because, well, not in my book, just in general, because you've got to get buy-in from the player side. Yeah. No, again, I don't really know the Mason Mount thing. I think Chelsea kind of took the piss and just offered him a 1-year extension. If you want someone to stay, you don't do that. Again, we may never hear his side of the story. We may never hear his side of the story. It is the player's choice at the end of the day. If a player doesn't want to leave, then they don't have to leave. Is there a predicted day for the Snap announcement or the Enzo announcement? I've got no idea. Not really sure. It could be tomorrow. Who knows? I suspect it will probably end up being next week. I don't really think there's any rush per se. But yeah, it's done. It's happening. So yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good on that front for sure. In terms of that, there's nothing to worry about there. We haven't sold Cobham. That was not true. The hotels thing is true, but it's waiting to be ratified by the Premier League. That's okay. So we're going to wait and see what happens there. So yeah, I agree. Trev is our most consistent centre back. I thought he was our best centre back last season, and he made his first appearance in bloody February. So yeah, this is what we're looking at, people. This is what we are currently dealing with. But yeah, guys, still 246 in the building. We are 40 subscribers away from 9.7k. I know that's a big ask, but as I said, guys, anything's possible. The community here is banging. There's definitely over 250 in the building now. There must be 40 people that haven't subscribed. Surely, there just has to be by pure numbers and law of averages. So guys, if you're watching now and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now and help me get to 9.7k. 40 more subscribers required. It's a big, big ask, but it's more than doable. So let's get it done. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button. And remember, people, at 10k, there will be a prize giveaway for a Chelsea shirt of one lucky subscriber's choice from the upcoming season. So please subscribe. 40 more subscribers to 9.7k. And let's ramp these likes up. We're on 140. Let's get this likes to try and get it to 150, 160. Let's get it done. Let's get it done, guys. But most importantly, subscribe. They will. Whether it's Dortmund, it will absolutely happen. It will happen. Martson's not coming back to Chelsea. His dad's already spoken about it. He's spoken about it. Dortmund are going to open conversations with Chelsea after the Champions League thing, after the Champions League final. Sorry. No, it is smart business. It's totally within the rules. It's just waiting to be ratified and signed off by the Premier League. So yeah. But anyway, let's move away from Trevoh Chalobah now. I hope he stays. I hope it wasn't the last time we saw him in a Chelsea shirt against Bournemouth. He loves this football club. He gets what it means. He doesn't make a fuss. He gets on with it. Whenever he's called upon, he delivers. Those kind of players in the squad are invaluable. It's not 40 million. It's between 28 and 30 for Lewis Hall. But again, people forget about that coming in from Newcastle for Hall. So yeah, there's more than enough money coming in to not need to not need to sell Trev or Connor. So yeah, let's do strikers now. Let's talk strikers. Because apparently Benjamin Sesko favours a move to Arsenal this summer. And he's also been looked at by Chelsea and Man United. Let's have a look if I can find the John Cross article. I don't know what John Cross is like, but let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that front. But yeah, Sesko, it's not going away, guys. The Sesko stuff is not going away. Apparently prefers Arsenal. Would I blame him for that? No, not really. They're in a much better place than Chelsea are right now. There's no denying it. We've just got to be honest about it. But yeah, Sesko I think would suit Arsenal well. 50 million quid of it is that. You know, he's 6'5". He's tall. He's got good pace. Good ball striker. Only 20 years of age though, but the potential is absolutely there. The potential is absolutely there. And as much as I said that Chelsea really do need a ready centre forward, I think Sesko has got what it takes to go right to the top. I really do think Sesko's got what it takes to go right to the top. I really do think that he's got what it takes to go right to the top. And look, he's still young, 20 years of age. He's had a brilliant second half of the season for RB Leipzig. Absolutely superb second half of the season. And the sky's the limit for him. He really is that good in my mind. You know, you can see by the way he plays. Yes, despite the fact that he's 20 and he's 2 years younger than Jackson, he's got that Premier League experience. That Champions League experience. But yeah, as I said the other day, I think Sesko is the most likely one to come. Yes, he's raw, but Maresca can maybe mould him. And you know, at the sort of price, 45-50 million pounds, which it would take, then that for a striker who could potentially be very, very good is massive. That's such a good opportunity, a really, really good opportunity. You'd say that was smart business, but again, now you look at it, you know, how long a club's going to wait potentially. Osimhen is out for 4 weeks. Gyökeres is out for 4 weeks. Not that should really make any difference or matter, but you know, maybe clubs are going to start turning their attention to Victor Gyökeres. Osimhen, for me, look, whoever ends up coming through the door, by the way, at Chelsea as a striker, there's going to be an element of risk to whatever player it is. There's an element of risk to every single transfer. That's just the reality. But ultimately, there'll be far less pressure on Benjamin Sesko than on Osimhen. Can you imagine if we spend over £100 million on Osimhen, the big money he's going to be on, and then the expectation and the pressure on him, and he goes 3-4 games. It takes him 3-4 games to get off the mark. Can you imagine what the pressure and what the criticism is going to be like? I'm not saying he can't handle it, but for me, I don't know why. It goes against everything I think, though, in terms of what we need in a centre forward. But there's something that draws me to Sesko in terms of value for money, in terms of potential, in terms of ability. Isak's not going to come. That's. I mean, he would be great, but it's just not going to happen. I mean, ironically, Sweden, by the way, what a set of strikers they've got: Alexander Isak and Victor Gyökeres, both Swedish. That is a crazy set of strikers. Crazy set of strikers. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. But for me, the more I think about it, the less and less sense Osimhen makes. You know, just purely on a financial basis, it just doesn't make any sense at all. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, you think you could get a Gyökeres for 30 million pounds cheaper. I'm not saying that I want Sesko, because I still believe that we need a more experienced striker, and Sesko wouldn't be my number one choice, because I would rather have a Gyökeres or an Ivan Toney. But at the end of the day, I think the most likely one to come, and this is not me saying that I want him to come or I think he should come. I think the most likely one is going to be Benjamin Sesko. I don't think Sesko is similar to Jackson, though, in terms of he's a lot taller, he's a lot better in the air, he's a better ball striker, he's a better finisher. He's got pace, but again, I don't think he's that similar to Jackson. If we're looking at a striker that is similar stylistically to Jackson, Gyökeres is stylistically speaking anyway. Gyökeres is more similar to Jackson in terms of he runs channels and whatnot and all that sort of thing. But yeah, he's raw. He's raw, He's sort of, raw in terms of he'd give you salmonella if he was a food, kind of raw. So yeah, I do like him, but as I said, he wouldn't be my number one choice. But with the way that it's looking, the striker market right now, and the fact that I'm not sure if Chelsea are going to go again for another 100+ million pound signing, I honestly think that, to be honest, I think Sesko's the most likely, guys. That would be my view on it. I think Benjamin Sesko's the most likely. Absolutely not on Calvert-Lewin. Man does more fashion shoots than he plays football matches. So yeah, no for me, an absolute no for me on the Calvert-Lewin front, people. That would be a no from me. What else have we got? No different to Jackson. I think Sesko is different to Jackson. Gyökeres is similar stylistically, as I said, but Gyökeres is a much better finisher, and a lot more ruthless in front of goal. A lot more ruthless. What was someone saying here? As a microbiologist, that analogy killed me. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know where I was going with that, but yeah, it worked and it made sense. It worked and it made sense. So yeah, why not? Yeah, coming to a Serie A ground near you soon. Let's wait and see on that one, guys. Thoughts? Look, he's a good player, strong, physical, powerful, good finisher. But if I'm being totally honest with Osimhen, and look, it's the same with Gyökeres, it's the same with others. He's only really ever had one good season in his career. And if you're going to drop over 100 million pounds on someone that's had only one good season in their career, one standout season, I'm not sure that's right. And that'll be my same worry with someone like Gyökeres, and not price, but body of work. That'll be my same issue with someone like Gyökeres, my same issue with Osimhen, my same issue with Benjamin Sesko as well, is that these guys don't have a large body of work to go off. If we're talking in terms of, is Osimhen a better player than Ivan Toney? Sure, but it's not about who's better. It's about who suits the way that Chelsea want to play better. That's the reality of the situation here. Like, gone are the days now where we just sign a big name and like you just give it to the gaffer and you've got to make it work. Now it's very much players are signed to play a certain way, and then you hire a manager that plays that way. Does Osimhen fit into the style of football that Chelsea are looking to play? I don't know. I don't know if Osimhen actually fits into the style of play that Chelsea are looking to operate. Would Toney fit that style of play? Maybe he'd suit it better. So it's not about, is Osimhen better or worse than these guys? For me personally, it's almost not about who the name is as such. It's more about which one of these guys fits the way that Chelsea are trying to play best. Who suits it best? that's what we got to be looking at here. So don't be drawn in by names or anything like that. I just think that at the end of the day, does Osimhen suit Chelsea how we're looking to play? I don't know. Is the honest answer? I'm not sure on that front, but again, let's wait and see, guys. He has, in terms of goal scoring, yeah. In terms of one standout season, didn't score that many goals in France for Lille. He had a brilliant season when Napoli won the Serie A. His numbers, in fairness, this season aren't bad considering the injuries that he's missed, but he's had one standout season. You know, I'm not saying the other seasons were poor, but he's had one standout season in his career. If I'm going to drop over £100 million on a striker, I want more than one standout season of work. In my opinion, Ivan Toney's good. I think Ivan Toney ticks a lot of boxes, and I think personally for me, he would be my number one choice just because I think he suits them the best. Didn't watch the Leicester fan analysis of Maresca. Which one of these strikers would suit us more? Again, you know, Maresca likes a centre forward that drops deep and links play up. That's why I think Nkunku can do well under him. That's why I think Jackson can do well under him. And more of a link striker per se. But again, that could be different. That could be slightly different at Chelsea because he obviously changed Vardy's game because Vardy at his age didn't have the pace to get him behind anymore. So he completely changed his game and got him dropping deeper a lot more, linking play up a lot more. Similar to what Harry Kane was doing at Tottenham, you know, almost playing as a number 10 as well. But yeah, the Sesko one, let's wait and see. It's not going to happen. Like he doesn't want to play for us. If he was open to playing for us, then yeah, maybe you would give it a go. But the reality is he's not open to he's not open to coming back. So it's a non-starter. Yeah, I would be open to Gyökeres for sure. Tony's stock seems to have gone down a little bit. So yeah, you know, let's see. But Gyökeres certainly ticks a lot of boxes, as does Tony. Osimhen ticks boxes. Let's wait and see. Yeah, maybe he will. But in terms of the Lukaku stuff, you know, people talking about a swap deal with Osimhen and Lukaku, not happening. It's not going to happen. Guys, there's so much coming in the chat. Apologies, I can't read it all. It depends what you're basing it on. It depends. Is it the most competitive? Yes. The best? I don't know what you're defining the best on. Do the best players play in the Premier League? Are the best players in the world in the Premier League? You would say Jude Bellingham, not in the Premier League. Kylian Mbappe, not in the Premier League. Vinicius Jr., not in the Premier League. You know, the best players, yes, some of the best players in the world absolutely play in the Premier League, but not all the best players in the world play in the Prem. I'd say the Premier League probably is the best league in the world in terms of overall products, in terms of competitiveness and whatever. Yeah, but I think people look down on other leagues disrespectfully, in my view. Just because it's not like the Premier League doesn't mean it's not a good league. By the way, guys, 9,664 subs. We need 74, 84, 94, 36 more. 36 more required. Let's at least get to 9,670, guys. Smash the subscribe button. Smash that like button as well, people. Keep moving on. Keep moving it on, guys. Let's get it moving. 9,664. Let's get to, all right, 9.7 maybe a little bit unrealistic. Let's go for 9.68. 16 more. Let's do it, guys. 16 more is absolutely doable. 252 in the building. Guys, 16 of you aren't subscribed. Come on. Let's get this to 9,680. Do your thing, people. Subscribe. Keep smashing the like button. Remember, 10K. There's a prize draw and a giveaway for one lucky subscriber to win a Chelsea shirt of their choice. And make sure you are subscribed to be in with a chance. I don't know if he wants that Leicester goalkeeper. I'm not sure. I don't know if Chelsea will go to Leicester for any players. Let's wait and see on that front, guys. Let's wait and see on that front. But I don't see that happening. He was doing all right, but again, towards the end of the season, he did get dropped. He'll go on another loan somewhere, and yeah, he'll end up being sold for a profit. He won't make it here. If we need a winger, yeah, I probably would, but only if we couldn't get Michael Elise. We shouldn't be signing Somerville over Elise. If we're looking at bringing another winger in, Somerville is definitely someone that that appeals. Do you think we need Elise? Do we need him? No. But is he a top player? Yes. Does he instantly improve the attack? Yes. Is he good value for money? Yes. With all those things, I would take him. But does it make sense? No. Is it needed? No. Is it greedy? Yes. Yes, it is. But you don't really understand what the plan is, because at the end of the day, Esteval Willian and Kendry Pyers are coming in 2025. So yeah, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. What's this Dodgers tweet? Oh, is it Chile? Is it a video of about Chilwell? Talking about fan criticism. Yeah, I won't play that because I don't want to get copyrighted. But yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree on this front. If Sterling's not going, then we're not going to bring another winger in, because they're not going to sell Mudryk and they're not going to sell Madueke. Well, I don't think so anyway. So I can't see how it happens, to be perfectly honest. Elise coming in, I don't see how it happens, guys, because someone's got to leave, and I don't see any of the wingers leaving, because they're not going to sell Sterling and Madueke and Mudryk, and Sterling's on way too much money. Oh no, we don't need him. No, of course we don't need him, but he would make a big difference. Let's be abundantly clear about that. He would make a big difference for sure. Yeah, no, Pep has liked Chilwell in the past. Again, he's not quite the same player he was. Let's be fair. Striker, left back, centre back, maybe a goalkeeper. Yeah, I mean those are the areas that are being targeted. Those are the areas that are being looked at as well. So yeah, let's wait and see on that front. Let's wait and see on that front. 2 years ago today, the takeover, yeah, mad. It was absolutely mad. This is the thing, right? Does it make sense, and does it, kind of block development and whatnot, and doesn't really give a clear pathway? Yes. But the thing is, he instantly improves the attack and levels the team up straight away. So, yeah, if we can get Elise, you do it. You don't often get the opportunity to sign players that are that good, and if you do get presented with them, you absolutely must. You absolutely must take it. No, I don't think Madueke is screwed at all, because we're going to be playing a lot of games. So, yeah, I don't think Madueke necessarily is screwed. And I remember Elise's not got the best injury record either. There's with Conference League and domestic cups and whatnot, that there's going to be plenty of games to go round, guys. There's going to be plenty of games to go round. So, I mean, well, yeah, we activated the release clause, but obviously something went wrong. Something went wrong. I don't know what it was, but something went wrong, and that deal fell through in the end, and he ended up signing a new contract. So, yeah, it's a strange one. It was a strange one, but Palmer, Elise, and Nkunku behind a striker is mad, absolutely mad. I mean, the level of ability there and the level of talent there would be crazy. Yeah, but the likes of Angelo, the likes of Hutchinson and whatnot, I think they'll be sold for profit. I don't think they're going to play. That's the reality for me. I think so. Osimhen is the man because he loves Chelsea. Lukaku won't be involved in the deal. It just won't happen. I disagree with that. Elise is better than Madueke, but it doesn't mean that Madueke is not good. There's definitely room for both in the squad. In my view, there's room for both in the squad without a shadow of a doubt. Either as a number 10, I don't think he'll play off the right hand side. I think he'll play centrally as a 10, or he'll play slightly deeper in one of those number 8 positions. That's what I think. I think Noni will play a lot. Wingers are really important in a Maresca system. The one-on-ones, the directness. You don't have to look at how good Mavididi and Fatawu were last season, how important they are for Leicester. The wingers are key in the Maresca system. So I don't see Cole Palmer operating as a wide man, because that's not what Maresca wants from his system. So I think it'll be 2 touchline wingers and Palmer probably playing as a 10, or we go with a 4-3-3 as an 8. What else is going on here? It's not about. I agree. But in terms of, Elise makes the attack better straight away. He really does. But whether I think Chelsea will look to go for Elise regardless of Maresca's appointment. They were always gonna do that. I like Sesko. Raw, still a lot of developing to do. But Apenda's a very good striker as well. But I think that I think he's decent, Sesko. That's it. That's exactly what it is. It's a luxury item. It's not a necessity. It's a luxury. It's one of them. Don't you see Misha better when he comes inside in the 10? But I think, if you actually get him confident in playing and running at players, Mudryk and Madueke are going to have big roles under Maresca. I really think they will. Hazard, in terms of talent and ability, better. But in terms of output, Salah was miles clear of him in output. But in terms of talent and ability, natural ability, Hazard all day long. Because he does more. Elise silkier on the ball. He's a better goal scorer. He's got more ability, more talent. Not to say that Madueke is bad, but Elise is a lot better than him. I don't like, in terms of who's better. Osimhen's a better player right now, but who would suit Chelsea better? I'm not really sure. Who do I think is going to be, Sesko or Osimhen? I think it's more likely Sesko comes than Osimhen does, personally. But let's wait and see. I absolutely wouldn't say no to that. No, absolutely wouldn't say no to that, guys. Let's wait and see on that front. Yeah, no, fair enough. If that's your opinion, then everyone's entitled to their opinion. I respect everyone's opinions, but I disagree. I don't think Madueke is better than Elise. Yes. Hit that thumbs up button, people. Big up to Cyril in the house. But let's get this to 200 likes if we can, guys. Going to round out shortly, but let's get this to 200 likes and let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Dovbik? Look, he's obviously won the Pichichi for the top scorer in La Liga. 24 goals this season in the league. I like him. I think he's good, but I don't think he's what Chelsea are looking for. And I suspect he'll still be at Girona next season, to be perfectly honest. Dark horses for the Euros. I don't know if they're dark horses, but I think Portugal could be very good. Osimhen would bang him. We don't know. It's very, very difficult to tell. Very difficult to tell. if we're being totally honest here. Very, very difficult. But yeah, Ronald Araujo, representatives have been contacted by Chelsea and Barca are also, again, look, if an offer went in for Araujo, a big offer, Barca might be tempted to sell because of their financial difficulties, but I really don't see Araujo leaving Barca tonight. Yeah, it is, but the problem is going to be the manager. That's also a very good point. Germany certainly could spring a few surprises, no doubt about it. But yeah, let's see what else is coming through. If there's any further news to discuss. Otherwise, I will look to round this one out. Let's have a quick look. Let's check if anything else is. If there's been any other news. No, it doesn't look like it. No. Right, guys, I'm going to round this one out. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. Greatly appreciate it. Love for the support, as always, people. It doesn't go unnoticed. I really appreciate it. Make sure, guys, on your way out, smash the like button and subscribe. I'm 4 subscribers away from 9.67. Let's get that chalked off. Big numbers again tonight. It's greatly appreciated. Please subscribe. Remember, at 10K, there is a Chelsea shirt giveaway for the upcoming season when they're released. So one lucky subscriber at 10K will win a Chelsea shirt of their choice from the upcoming season when they come out. So make sure, guys, on the way out, you're hitting that like button and you are subscribing as well. Also, guys, make sure if you haven't already, make sure you check out the Enzo Maresca tactical breakdown on the channel, video with Connor. Really loads of great insight there to get an idea of how Maresca plays and how Chelsea might set up. But yeah, big love to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon as well. So stay tuned for the stream then, 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Make sure you stay locked in. And yeah, guys, big love. Enjoy the rest of your day. Smash the likes, subscribe, and I'll catch you lot again soon. Up the Chelsea and peace out.